It's news time. Information is power. The current. The news headline. Ipob. Judge wants Kanu'S lawyer to stop writing our letters. The news in full. The Federal High Court, Justice Binta has warned one of the embattled lawyers of the leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob, which is Ayawu for Ifeanyi, to stop writing letters directly to her in respect to the trial of his client, Nnamdi Kanu. Justice Nyako, who gave the stand warning in the court on Thursday, said that Kanu's lawyer had written her two lengthy letters directly as against the procedure of channeling such letters through the registrar of the court. The judge, however, said she will not take such kindly to a repeat or breach of procedure to reach the court on such issue should not happen again. It could be recalled that Kanu's lawyer had approached the court, with a motion on notice seeking abridgment of time to bring back the trial of the Biafran leader from January 19 next year to an early date either in November or December. The Biafran leader was actually, however, not in court to witness proceeding, as he was not brought by the court, Department of State Service (DSS), where he has been on remand since his rearrest by the federal government after jumping bail, earlier granted him. The federal government, through its counsel, Mr. Shuaib Labaron, informed the judge that his client has filed a counter affidavit, to vehemently oppose the request to abridge time in the trial that has been fixed for January next year. Justice Binta was taken aback by the motive of the motion, told Kanu's lawyer that there was no judicial time for our courts to bend backwards the trial date. In the drama that ensued, the case diary of the court was read to the lawyer to establish that the court has already crowded cases to attend to. However, following persistent plea, Justice Binta agreed to shift other cases slated for January 18 to accommodate Kanu's trial, which will last January 19 and 20. In another drama, Ayawu sought to move another application by challenging Kanu's 7-count treasonable felony charges brought against him by the federal government. The move was resisted by the federal government's lawyer, and saying that the motion for that day was just based on abridgment of time only, which Justice Binta agreed to and rejected the bid to bring the motion forward. However, following the request on behalf of Kanu's lawyer, Justice Binta ordered the DSS to allow Kanu to practice his faith, change his clothes, and be given the maximum possible comfort in the detention facility. The statement further read that recall that we had filed such application, arguing that the extraordinary rendition of Kanu constitutes a constitutional barrier for his trial. The court ruled that the application was not calendared for hearing today, that it would be heard in the next adjourned date. The court, after going through what it said is a tight judicial calendar, moved the date of the next hearing backwards from 19th to 18th January 2022. The court ruled that it will entertain all outstanding applications at the next hearing date and proceed to make following orders. The Mazi Nnamdi Kanu be given maximum comfort possible in the detention facility, that he be allowed a change of clothing. And this was the conclusion at the emergency sitting that they had for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which we know that for quite a while now has been at the DSS facility awaiting trial for treason, felony, and also terrorism charges. And during times wherever Mazi Nnamdi Kanu presents himself at the court, there is always a heavy security presence, there, so as to ensure, the needed, and the DSS, although there has been complaints from the lawyers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and also well-wishers and the Ipob members that the people are actually hindered from accessing the courtrooms, and also heavy security presence around, to threaten, and scare people off the environment. And the lawyer says that in this case of emergency meeting, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was not brought to the court at all, and there was no security agencies to explain why, because their presence as well was not there. However, it has been said now that the court has, said that they would not be listening, to the plea of the legal counsel of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who had said that the case as at now, was not, the court does not have the jurisdiction to continue that trial because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was unlawfully extradited, from Kenya back to Nigeria, and by that virtue, the court was not supposed to attend, to such a case, by trying Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because of that unlawful extradition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu back to Nigeria. However, the court had said that this emergency sitting was not meant for this particular case, and that it will be heard, in the next trial, and also said that the court, said that they will be checking into these applications, whenever in the next sitting, and I said that the only thing that the court had actually emphatically, placed mandate on is that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be granted, good comfort in the detention facility, should be able to change his clothes as when due, and be given proper care in the DSS facility.
Thereafter, appointed Governor Buni to head the Caretaker Extraordinary Convention Planning Committee (CECPC), and he was immediately sworn by the Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Federation (AGF), Abubakar Malami. While addressing party leaders at the meeting, President Muhammadu Buhari had called for the immediate suspension of all pending litigations involving the APC and its members. He informed party chieftains at the meeting that mutating disagreements could lead to the self-destruction of the party with dire consequences. The caretaker committee was directed to take over the leadership of the APC pending when a convention would be conducted to elect a new set of national officers of the ruling party, APC. And this is the resolve between the APC, that the APC members, as directed by the President Muhammadu Buhari. And this is also that the APC NEC dissolves the National Working Committee, that the current National Working Committee, known as the NWC of the All Progressive Congress, just like I said earlier, has been dissolved. And this formed part of the decisions taken on Thursday at the meeting of the APC National Executive Council at the Council's chambers of the Presidential Villa in Abuja, where the party took the decision to dissolve its NWC based on the recommendations of President Muhammadu Buhari, who has called for the immediate suspension of all pending litigations involving the party and its members, saying that as well as the ratification of the party's governorship primary election recently conducted in Edo State. President Muhammadu Buhari had condemned the recent crisis within the party, stressing the need for the members to enforce party discipline so as to continue to foster a good unity, for the structure of the APC, where the party therefore appointed Yobe State Governor Mai Mala Buni to head the new caretaker extraordinary planning committee for the party. The governor was immediately sworn in at the meeting by the Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami. Meanwhile, President Muhammadu Buhari told the party chieftains at the meeting that they need to look for a way to settle all disputes between themselves so as not to bring the party into their consequences. He also urged all the members to withdraw all litigations against one another and to take internal conciliation as the nearest option. The president also warned the gains of the APC could be reversed as conflict, thereby saying that they appealed to refocus on the larger picture and place more emphasis on uniting the APC.